What if I told you, one single family-shaped oil, medicine, education, banking, and even governments, without most people ever noticing? And what if their real power wasn't money, but control of systems? We live inside systems, energy systems, medical systems, education systems, financial systems. We're born into them, we rely on them, we rarely question who designed them, because honestly, the most powerful influence isn't loud, it doesn't announce itself, it builds quietly. Then becomes normal. And one name sits at the foundation of many of these systems: Rockefeller. John D. Rockefeller didn't start rich, he started as a bookkeeper in the 1800s, quiet, disciplined, obsessive with numbers. While others rushed to drill oil, Rockefeller asked a different question: who controls everything around the oil? Refining, transportation, storage, pricing. He didn't chase oil, he made oil depend on him. By his early 30s, Rockefeller controlled the vast majority of oil refining in America, not through force, but efficiency. Standard Oil wasn't just a company, it was an ecosystem. Railroads depended on it, factories depended on it, cities depended on it. Competitors didn't fail, they were absorbed, or priced out. By the time the government intervened, Standard Oil was so powerful, it rivaled state authority. And when it was finally broken up in 1911, Rockefeller didn't lose, he won again. Because the pieces became companies that still dominate energy today. Different names, same roots. John D. Rockefeller became, honestly, the richest man in modern history. Adjusted for inflation, well, that's wealth beyond even today's billionaires. But Rockefeller understood something crucial. Money, it fades, influence lasts, wealth can disappear in a generation, but systems survive. So he began converting money into something more permanent: institutions, endowments, foundations, not to rule today, but to shape tomorrow. The Rockefeller Foundation, medical research institutions, education boards, on paper, pure philanthropy, billions poured into public health, science, universities. But influence doesn't always command, sometimes it funds. If you fund research, you influence what gets studied. If you fund education, you influence what's taught. If you fund medicine, you influence how health is defined. So the question becomes, was this generosity or architecture? Before the 1900s, medicine was, well, pretty fragmented. Different schools, different beliefs, different truths. Then came standardization. Scientific medicine rose, and, honestly, alternative systems faded. Rockefeller-funded institutions helped define what modern medicine would actually become. The same thing happened in education. Curriculums got standardized, universities aligned, credentials formalized, and efficiency increased. But diversity of thought? That's still debated. Here's what made the Rockefeller model so powerful. They didn't need elections. Governments change, presidents rotate, policies reverse, but institutions, they persist. While politicians argued, foundations funded. While public attention shifted, systems stayed in place. No speeches, no crowns, just infrastructure. Today, the Rockefeller name isn't loud, but its influence remains. In global health, education, economics, and policy. Not through control, but through early design. The people who build foundations rarely need to stand on them. So, here's the real question. Not, were the Rockefellers good or evil? But this, should any single bloodline ever shape systems the entire world depends on? Because this isn't just their story, it's a lesson about power. And the next time you hear the word philanthropy, ask yourself, what's really being built?